My evil mother-in-law swiped the frosting off of my wedding cake. For context, I love red velvet cake with the classic cream cheese frosting. And when we got married a few years ago, this was something that I wanted and I got. Now after the wedding, we had cake left over which we took home in some cake boxes. It was during this time that this incident occurred. Now let me set the scene for you. Picture it, a beautiful blue and white cake sitting on the kitchen counter in boxes. The cake is super moist and the frosting is fresh, it melts in your mouth. Now picture a deranged woman scraping the icing off because she didn't like it because it was too sweet. I can't help but watch her as she scrapes all the frosting off of our wedding cake that we paid for. My husband said the look on my face was murderous. My husband asked her if she hit her head that morning because where in her tiny mind did she think that was okay? I don't get mad, I get even. 2 years passed. And I still think about it. This is where I get my revenge. We go over for dinner and mother-in-law has made this really beautiful cake, tastes like poop though. It's dry and just gross. But it is pretty, I will give her that. She tells me that she has spent all morning decorating it and it was the most beautiful cake decorating she has done yet. After dinner, we all have a piece of cake, with ice cream. It is necessary because the poor thing was so dehydrated it reminded me of the SpongeBob episode where he and Patrick went to Sandy's house. This is it. The moment I have plotted for. As she is putting the cake into a cake container, I politely say, "Here, let me." I may make eye contact with my husband at the table, I nod and he gives me the nod. With a big smile on my face. And then I proceed to scrape all the icing and decorations she has put onto this cake. My husband sees this, he gives me a look. Is he upset or mad at me? Nay, nay, I say. He is sitting at the kitchen table with a proud smile on his face. I glance over to mother-in-law who looks shocked and doesn't really know what to say, and I whisper, "How does it feel?" She is left in shocked silence, and when me and hubby make it out to the car, we high-five each other. 'Twas for the greater good. Edit 1, Hiya. Just wanted to clarify, mother-in-law scraped the cake clean. I wouldn't have cared if she took it off of her serving. But not the whole cake. In the process of scraping said icing off the cake, she butchered it and was turning into crumbs as well, so it basically left us half a bottom tier of red velvet cake uneditable. She didn't do this to the other half of the middle tier, because she knew my husband liked the vanilla cake, which is what the middle and top tier was, over the red velvet. We froze the top tier and ate it for our 1-year anniversary and it was absolutely disgusting. 0 out of 5 stars. Edit 2, after the festivities of our wedding night, we actually stayed at her house so we wouldn't have to get up super early to leave for our honeymoon. And it was when we woke up the following morning we had caught her. I guess she thought we wouldn't notice? Like some gremlins came into the kitchen, got into the fridge and scraped and butchered our wedding cake? The only gremlin I saw was wearing a pink flower bathrobe with 1990 troll hair.